you people signing for this voluntary session itself is a big sign for each one of you that you are interested in your own self development. So we all should be like proud of this, that okay, we are focused in our own self development, and not many people think about this. Why should I spend this 1 hour or maybe another 2 hours for this coaching conversation? Not many people do this. So for that reason, I think each one of you should pat your back for this time that you are investing, and the intention is to for your own self growth. This particular presentation and initiative is connected to the International Coaching Week. You people are aware of this International Coaching Week? Anyone who is aware what's happening?
No, Raj.
No.
Okay. So ICF, people have heard about ICF, International Coaching Federation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this ICF, International Coaching Federation, they are a renowned non-profit organization, a global body, who sets high standards for professional coaching. They conduct multiple surveys, they share multiple guidelines, and they are also driving this International Coaching Week starting from May 13 till May 19. So this is a week where all the coaches are celebrating this week. And the Gardeners Hub, who is also into professional coaching, with support of a group of coaches, I will tell you who are they, are also supporting this cause and bringing in this awareness on professional coaching, and also trying to do something that would impact positively to the society and giving back to the society as well. So this is the background. So this session, the key objective is to share with you something about what is coaching, why you should get into coaching, and the how and what of coaching engagement. We'll start with some quick introduction about us, the Gardeners Hub, and the people behind this initiative. And then we'll also try to clarify what is coaching, or basically what is not coaching. And then take up some Q&A from your side. And then what are the next steps? Because each one of you, because you have joined, you are going to get one pro bono coaching session. So how to get that? So those next steps will be said out here. This presentation will go to some 20 to 30 minutes, and then we can have Q&A. And in between, I will pause for some questions if you have in between. Is this fair? Any quick comments, suggestions?
No, it is fine, Raj. Thank you.
Okay. So about us, the Gardeners Hub started exactly 1 year before. And it is in the service of coaching, mentoring, and training. And we primarily help or enable people in their personal and professional growth while creating a hub of gardeners. We believe in collaborating with people, collaborating with coaches, so that we can make bigger impacts in the society. And while I say this, this is a group of esteemed coaches, talented coaches we have collaborated with. They also equally believe in what the Gardeners Hub believe: collaboration and giving back to the society. So as I said, you can get coaching from either me or one of these esteemed coaches who are here, you can see. And I'm also happy to have Kirti, who is also in this call, supporting this initiative and also supporting me here in this call. I'm not sure until now if Sirius has joined. I think he also, we are expecting him also in this call. So thank you, Kirti, for being here and supporting this cause.
The pleasure is mine, Raj. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So a little bit about myself, if you people do not know me. I've got some 25 plus years transformational experience in this industry, and have mentored, coached some 250 plus people. I have this ICF certified credential. This is highly recognized in the industry. And I have been fortunate to work with great people in this great organizations or my clients as such. If you are wondering like what this gardener means, I have got this title from one of my manager like 2-3 years before. And the connection or the analogy behind this gardener, why I have taken this up is the gardeners, when they nurture plants, they do it with very like special interest and genuinity. And I also personally believe in that genuine interest while developing people. So that is the connection between me and this gardener title, which was given by one of my manager who felt that, okay, I work like a gardener. So that's the background about this title that I have today. More information you can get in, you can connect with me in LinkedIn and you can get more details about that. Now, coaching. We are getting into the topic, what is coaching? So I'm not going to ask you who this gentleman is, okay? So rather, I will ask you, what is your understanding about coaching? Anyone who wants to just share? Please call out your name as you start speaking. What does coaching, like what do you understand about the term coaching?
Kajin here. So what I understood till now, the coaching is like someone who like helps us to understand, like helps us to explore things ourselves, like with some guidance. Like it's slightly different from mentorship, wherein mentor gives information based on his experience and things. But whereas coaching is like where that person might not have the real experience in that field, but still helps us to find a path by maybe probing us and making us think in different directions and making us come out with answers.
Thanks, Kajin. Anybody else who wants to give a try?
Shreya here.
Yeah.
I would like to say someone who guides me in my own way to my own destination.
Good. Anyone else who wants to try?
Maybe for me, it is like more of an active listening and then responding to their needs and requirements.
Thank you. So all right answers, very close towards the actual definition of coaching. Little bit about this gentleman, Dr. John Whitmore. He was a British racing driver and then turned to an executive coach author. He has got Lifetime Achievement Award from the International Association of Coaching in the year 2013. He's one of the bestseller book, Coaching for Performance, has a quote about what coaching is. And it says, coaching is unlocking a person's potential to maximize their growth. So each one of us, we have a potential and say that that maximum potential is X. But we all do not work at that X potential. We work at something lesser than X, maybe say A. Now, when you come into this coaching or a coaching conversation, and if you are at A, but your maximum potential is X, this coaching conversation helps you move from A towards X. So that is coaching. Now, you may have a question. If I have the potential of X, why am I not operating at X? So we will discuss about this in the upcoming slides. Is it little bit clear about what coaching is? More details is coming up.
Yes, Raj. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So if you have to increase your potential in different areas, what are those different potential areas? Like, so to give you some examples, see, normally each one of us, we have a personal life and a professional life. So if you want to improve your potential, this can be different related areas or coaching areas, say with respect to your relationship, your financial, your self-esteem, your health, yeah, and many more in the personal area. And if you get into a professional setup, it can be again relationship within your colleagues, managers, team building, your leadership, your recognition, your time management, your delegation, trusting team, many more such areas where you can focus on in the professional area. And to give you a little bit more specific example, so these are some of the coaching topics I had got through when I got into the coaching conversation with my clients. So, for example, one of the professionals said, "I'm feeling stuck in my current role. I have been in the same role for last 3 years, 4 years." So this is the topic that came in, and we started having conversation. Similarly, a working mother felt like she felt guilty that, okay, I'm not able to provide enough time to my family. Now, a freelancer came to me and said, okay, I want to create my own brand and professional presence. A leader manager came to me and said, okay, I'm unable to delegate work and I get overwhelmed with work. A teenager, when I was having a conversation with a teenager, that person said, I want to improve my relation with my parents. I feel I'm moving away from them because they are always asking me about studies and I hate studies. So I try to avoid them. Now, another person who is in a mid-career level, like wanted to decide whether I should take up technical stream or management stream. So that person was confused and he wanted a little bit more clarity for himself or herself. Another leader came to me and said, I get respect at work when I'm playing my role, but I don't get the same respect at home. So these are some of the typical coaching conversation topics, very specific, and these are real time, which I have encountered during my coaching conversation. Now, I personally believe and I have seen experience that there are 3 A's of coaching, or like there are 3 key coaching outcomes. Any coaching conversation gives you awareness, acceptance, and actions. So these 3 are outcomes from any coaching conversation. To help you give an example, say for example, a scenario for a coaching conversation, if it starts with like says, okay, I frequently miss deadlines and feel overwhelmed by workload. So during the coaching conversation, the person gets an awareness that, okay, my time management skills are lacking and I'm not prioritizing my tasks. So throughout the conversation, with more time within that coaching conversation session, that person starts accepting that my current approach is ineffective and acknowledges it, and acknowledges that there is a need to have a structured time management plan. And then finally, for this particular scenario, the person also starts identifying some actions. Okay, I will list down all the work in hand, I'll prioritize it, and I'll schedule calendar for implementation. So these are the three key outcomes of any coaching conversation. While I say this, it's not necessarily that you'll have all the 3 things for each coaching conversation. You may also have only awareness and acceptance. Say, for example, in one of my coaching conversation, the working mother said like, okay, I'm feeling guilty that I'm not able to provide enough time to my kids. They are having cold food and all those stuff. Like, because I am at work, I just cook it, and these people, my kids come back from school and then they just take it and they eat cold food. But at the end of the coaching conversation, the working mother realized or got an acceptance that that is the best thing that she has done. And not only like she was focusing on what she has not given, when she started conversing on what she has given to her kids, apart from cold food, she felt proud and she was happy. So there was no actions as an outcome of that particular coaching session. So what I meant to say is, well, these 3 are the outcomes, not necessarily all the 3 will be there at the end of every coaching outcomes. I'll take a pause and see if you people have got the what of coaching. Any quick questions on what is coaching?
Raj, I got a good sense of what is coaching. But my question is it coaching happens only when asked, or even if it is not asked, we can step up as a coach and then solve that problem? Like, how is it? How it begins actually?
Okay. How that begins will come in the following slide. So the
Okay, cool.
what of coaching is there.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Sorry, the how of coaching is there. Is coming. We are now talking what is coaching.
Okay.
Any other questions on what is coaching? One more no, at least. I'm fine with that. We are good.
Yes.
Yeah, Raj, we are good. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So now that you have understood the what of coaching, normally like when we do something, we start with why. But because you don't know or you are less aware of what of coaching, I thought I'll start with what. Normally we should start with why should I get into coaching? And that is where the next thing that I wanted to highlight to you is this why coaching. See this ICF, they conduct multiple surveys and share the statistics globally. And whatever I'm going to share is one of the surveys which this ICF had provided. Now, you people all know ROI?
Return of investment.
Return on investment.
Investment. And what investment you are doing today?
Time.
Or in next 3 hours, if you get into the next step as well. What is that? Someone said that.
Time.
Okay. So while there is no financial like commitment, at least for this session and the next steps, if you are getting into the pro bono stuff, like I think you are also going to spend some time. So for that, I would expand this ROI to ROTI, which is return on time invested. So we also understand why should I get into coaching, so that would have a good motivation for you to agree and take the next step beyond this session. So the survey says that coaching improves at work the productivity. It improves 70% the performance at work. It helps better time management by 57%. It helps improve teamwork by 51%. So this is the productivity improvements at workplace. Now, in the personal front, if you are getting into coaching conversation, it helps you build more self-confidence and greater satisfaction. It helps increase 80% higher self-esteem, 72% improved communication skill, 73% better relationship when you get into coaching conversation. Now, when work and personal life are improving, what is bound to improve? Your work-life balance. So your work-life balance will improve by 67%. So this is a survey that is coming out from the ICF. So do you have a good why? Do you have a good why? Anyone who doesn't want this improvement in these areas? Or especially this area?
Yeah, I think it's a need of the
Need of the hour. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So now I'm getting into the how the coaching engagement flows. So when we get into a coaching engagement, it starts with the orientation, setting the stage, where any coaching engagement, there are two roles. One is the client and the coach. So normally in coaching space, people say coach, coachee, but in this professional coaching area, we say coach and the client. So there are two roles in a coaching engagement. And at the beginning, we start with this orientation, where we set the stage, set the what is coaching, what is not coaching. We try to define the different steps, the different roles, and that is called zero session. So basically, this is where we are trying to bring this orientation, setting the stage, and you can move to the second stage post to this session. So that is step number 1. Now, once you have understood what is coaching, what is not coaching, what to expect from both sides, then you start focusing on which is the area that I need to focus on, the areas of development. Now, there can be multiple sources where what you can use to identify your areas of development. In different setup, in different organization, you have your 360-degree feedback, or you can also invite feedback from your peers. It may happen also you do your own self-reflection. Or something is really bothering you. So it can come from within you, or there are multiple assessments which a coach can also help you to identify your areas of development. So coach will not say, but coach will help you with those assessments. So this is how you identify the areas of development. Once you identify that, you get into one-to-one coaching session, which would be like roughly 90 to 120 minutes, which is in line with these areas of development. So this is a step 3. Now, once you have done with this 90 to 120 minutes, at the end of this 120 minutes, you will have some actions, like you will have awareness, you will have acceptance, and there's a possibility that there will be some actions coming out. And ideally, we expect these actions to be implemented in next 3 to 4 weeks. Now, once these actions are identified, post to 3 to 4 weeks, we get into a coaching session review. How did this implementation go? How did the client do? What support the client needs? So that coaching session review happens. And once that is done, then you can repeat this 3 and 4. You take up another topic and continue this cycle of coaching conversation. So this particular coaching session is done mostly once a month. And when you normally get into an engagement, we get into a 3-month engagement, 6-month engagement, or 12-month engagement. So when you normally go, because one session may not help you, but you may have to get into multiple engagements. And once this, whatever the agreed tenure is done, you get into a end of engagement reviews. Like you give feedback to the coach and you come to a closer. So this is a typical engagement flow depending on this 6 months or 12 months, whatever your engagement, this cycle flows. Now, I will double click this coaching session. What happens inside this 90 to 120 minutes? So at the beginning, we start identifying what is that goal which is connected to these areas of development. So the client brings in the topic, or the coach helps client identify that topic. And then we go a little deeper in this outcome or the goal identification for this coaching session, which is this 90 to 20 minutes. Now, once, see, it is okay if you come up with a very high level focus area or topic. And during this conversation, the coach will help you make it very specific. Now, once that specific goal is decided in the initial 10 to 15 minutes, you get into the different solutions, innovative solutions. Why this is called innovative solutions? See, if you have a area of improvement, I'm sure like you would have already tried something. Maybe you need to do something different. And the coach helps you to identify what are the different options, what you have not tried in this conversation through powerful questions. The coach will ask more how and what questions and will try to raise awareness within you. And then this should lead to some actions, and we try to make it more smart actions, very specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. This time bound is 3 to 4 weeks. And at the end of this 120 minutes, the goal is for the client. The accountability and responsibility also remains with the client. So we take the commitment from the client about the smart actions and some key takeaways from this whole session, and celebrate some great realization or acceptance at the end. So this is how what happens in that one-on-one session. And this is, as I said, like this is purely like individual conversation rather than a group setup like what we are doing today. Anand, did you get your answer for your question from where this topic will come?
Oh, yeah, I got the flow. I could understand the flow, but still thinking, if given a scenario where I'm a coach, I'm seeing a problem, but they are not seeing it, can I initiate a session on myself to ask my question?
Got it.
Okay.
So I will answer in this slide. Okay. So, see, there are some expectations and from both sides, from the coach as well, from the client as well. So when we get into a coaching engagement, we expect the client to bring the specific goal. Okay. See, a coach may say that, okay, this is something important for you, but client knows his or her environment, his or her needs the most. So that's why we expect the client to bring the specific goal for this coaching conversation. The coach never directs nor leads to a specific goal for conversation. Yes, a coach can conduct assessments or help the client get into some assessments to derive where she wants to focus. So that is possible, but coach never provides that goal. Second, high level of confidentiality by the coach, because these conversations are so personal, so emotional. There needs to be a high level of confidentiality when someone is sharing. So the client needs to trust the coach that whatever information is shared, it is kept confidential. In fact, we ICF coaches, ICF certified coaches, we are abide by ICF code of conduct, where we have agreed that we'll keep all of this information confidential. And as a client, if you see that I am breaching that confidentiality, you have a right to go and report it to ICF, and my whatever I'm proud of today, the ICF credential, it will be taken away if I breach the confidentiality. Now, we are also expected to be non-judgmental. Maybe I know some of you. I know some of your past. I know we have worked also together. So as a coach, we are expected to become non-judgmental. We should not bring in any information that we are aware of you from the past. Nor during the coaching conversation, when you share something, we try to create opinion about you. We are not supposed to do that. It's a very difficult job for a coach, but we practice it, and we practice it consciously, that we should not be judgmental. Okay, we should not judge anybody. We are non-judgmental. And the key reason is, everyone in this world is unique. In fact, everyone is programmed differently. I am programmed differently. Each one of you are programmed differently. So everyone has a software programmed as we grow up. Now, say for example, if I am a vegetarian person, I eat vegetarian food, and say someone else is having non-vegetarian food. Now, should I say the person who is eating non-vegetarian food is not good? It is how that person has been grown up. That is what he or she has seen all through his child, and that is how she has got programmed, and the software is installed. So I cannot say that vegetarian is good or non-vegetarian is good. It is how I have been grown up. This is how I have been programmed. So similarly, the very same reason, Anand, if I say this is priority for you, it is my software within me is telling it is priority for the client. But actually, the priority should come from the software or the programming from the client itself. So that is why, as a coach, we should not even direct any priority or a coaching goal towards the client.
Okay, got that.
Yeah. So coming back, all these are emotional changes which needs time. So we all need to have patience, both client and the coach. And as I've already said, the goals are from the client, so the accountability remains with the client. But as a coach, I become partner to your accountability. That is what we coaches provide support. If you're good, you can do things, you can take care of your actions of your own, you can do your reflections, you don't need a coach. So I will clarify what is not coaching. Coaches do not provide solutions. And if we provide solutions, we are actually playing a consultant role, or we are doing consulting. We don't share guidance or advice. If we are sharing guidance, then it is mentoring. See, many times people come to me based on my experience, say, I have played a leadership role, or I have played a Scrum Master, Agile coach role. So there are some people who come and tell me, okay, I need to become a Scrum Master, I need to become a Agile coach. So because I have that SME, I can provide some guidance and advice. But what I try to do is, when I get into coaching conversation, I don't share this, because that is a mentoring session. So as an outcome of that coaching conversation, I can support that person separately as a mentor. but not while wearing the coaching hat. So this is not a treatment. So we should not feel that, okay, we are sick, we have some problem, that is why we are looking for a coach. No. So it's not a treatment. If it is a treatment, it's a therapy. So we are talking about, we have potential A and we want to march towards potential X. And we are not saying A is bad or A is a disease or A is sickness. It's just a potential, the current potential. And we should not expect quick change and impact. And we have already discussed, this is a collaborative relationship between coach and client. It is built on trust and confidentiality, and it enables discover true potentials of clients, focused on future personal and professional growth. Now, after hearing all of this, do you people think coaching will work? And if yes, any reasoning, justification? Anyone want to?
Like we started, like coaching unlocks your real potential. So that way it works.
Mhm. Anybody else who has not spoken wants to share his or her view? There's no right wrong answer out here. Okay. So, we are here in a place where we are today. And the primary reason is our values and belief system. We also struggle in some places. And that is again also for same reason, the values and belief system. Over the period of time, we work, we bring in experience, and we develop some beliefs. Someone would say, okay, you cannot do this, you cannot do this. If someone says 10 times, then I also start getting belief that, okay, I cannot do this. Okay, or I have failed once. So maybe that has also taken up our belief system that, okay, I have failed, I cannot do this again. So we develop and acquire limiting belief over a period of time, and then this also limit our thought process. We try to play safe and be in comfort zone, and sometimes or many of the times we start taking decisions based on superficial perception, or we try to take decision in a hurry because of lack of time, because time is the biggest constraint. And this decision may result in positive outcome, negative outcome. Positive outcome, good. Negative outcome contributes to developing another limiting belief, and the cycle goes on. So if we can explore this belief, if we can explore what is stopping us today and overcome that, then it will enable us go towards the maximum potential. Any quick question before I proceed? I have another one or two slides max.
What if, hi Nidhi here.
Yeah.
So, what if we are in a confused state, when you're maybe you're a tester or you're a developer or something, be professional. So, what if you're in a confused state to choose path? How would this help that particular person?
Yeah. So, so this is where, if you remember, there was okay, maybe there is one client who said, okay, I don't know which stream to focus, whether I should be technical or a managerial. So what does the coach do is, coach starts asking you questions to identify where is your affinity towards, what you love, what you like, where you get satisfied, where you get that kick. That would help you. So during this coaching conversation, those questions will help you come to a conclusion which stream, which line you want to get in. So this is how the coaching conversation will help you.
Okay. Then once we are clear about that particular, other management or a technical. So once we are into that role, right, there are many expectations. So even though we have some certifications or anything, until there is some guidance, we don't understand in what we have to do. Whatever is being told and whatever has to be done would be going on smoothly, but there will be some extra factor which is expected to be done and all. How do we get that, knowledge or like idea to get in what way we have to think in?
Yeah. So this coaching conversation, again, like very typical scenario which I have come across multiple times. So what happens in the coaching conversation, I'm just sharing my personal experience, what happens, how this scenario is dealt. See, you know that, okay, this needs to happen. But what you do is you don't act on it. You just wait for someone to help you, guide you. So at the end of the coaching conversation, you take one action which you will implement in the next 3 to 4 weeks. That, okay, I will identify a mentor who is good in this area. I will have meetings with this person to tell me what are the top 3 things that I need to do in order to excel in that particular area. And then you start implementing this. So this is how the coaching conversation helps. Now, a coaching conversation helps that, okay, you are supposed to, like, you need to identify a mentor who can guide you because you are clueless. So identifying mentor is itself is an action that would take you to the goal or maximize your potential.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Raj.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay. So I'm just trying to bring in some real-time situations or real-time clients who have said coaching works to highlight few of the public testimonials where this, like Chandrima said, understanding about myself and about my career goal is way deeper now after the coaching conversation. And the finding which unfolded during the coaching conversations were eye-opener to myself. So Sadhana said, truly made a positive impact on my journey towards personal and professional growth. Geetika says, I gained a deeper understanding of my goal from this coaching. I have got more clarity and I'm making more positive changes in order to achieve her goal. While these people have put in public testimonials, there are many people during the coaching conversation have told me offline, due to like confidential reasons, I could not declare their name. But what they wrote is, or they told me is, I was more honest with me. Remember that awareness, that acceptance. Once you have those 2 things, you'll become more honest with yourself. Sometimes in this coaching conversation, we also ask people to write it, journalize a lot of stuff. So when you start writing, when you start journalizing, then you start getting clarity on those stuff, your goals, your actions. Today you think that, okay, I will start walking. Now, as an action or as a tracker, I will track how many days I am going for a walk. So that journalizing, that noting actually pushes you yourself. So you are not going to show that to any coach that, okay, I am journalizing this. That will only help you in marching towards your goal. I am more self-aware about where I stand today. I have become more realistic. So these are some of the coaching outcomes or impacts from the clients that I have. And if you get into a coaching conversation with me or one of the coaches from the professional coaches COP, and we can also list down your story here. So any further Q&A before I say the next steps? We have still 15 minutes. Yeah.
So maybe one question, how we will, like, as you said, means from your organization also you provide mentorship as well as coaching. So how we will know that what is my need, like whether I really require a coach or whether I really require a mentor?
So that first coaching conversation will help you.
Okay.
So there is a discovery call. When we first decide, okay, what is that you're looking for?
Okay.
So when your areas of development, what is that leaning towards? Whether it is leaning towards coaching or whether it is leaning towards mentoring.
Okay.
I would say start with coaching. That would lead to mentoring.
Okay.
I'm just curious to know how coaching and psychology are they interrelated anywhere?
See, knowing psychology helps because just to give you an example, uh, each individual is different. Okay. And whether you are a person who loves, like if I'm talking to you, whether you are a good, like you learn by visuals, you learn by words, um, you are, whether you learn by like practical, kinesthetic mode, right? Auditory, visual and kinesthetic. So if I can read you by your eye movement, then it will tell me like, okay, how I should interact with you. Okay.
So having a psychological knowledge will help a coach.
Psychology knowledge helps
Okay.
because you're dealing with people, and this is all
Yes.
people.
All people, yeah.
So Raj, if there's a possibility, right, there's a multiple focus area altogether, and at a time we will focus on one area,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So, and if a person is not able to decide, like if it is more on, they are closely mixed together, you can say it's a mix together. So how basically a person basically come with a one focus, right? So one area is impacting to the other, and the other area is impacting to the third, right? So
Yeah. So see, the first coaching comes again. We need to accept that this kind of change needs time and patience. Point number one. Point number two, the different areas that I showed in personal and professional, rightly said by you, many of them are interconnected.
yep.
If my professional life is good, my work life would also, my personal life would also be good. If my personal life is not good, it will impact my professional life as well.
Sure.
So these
Yeah.
are all interlinked. Okay. So when you come up with this 2-3 areas, again, the very first discovery call, we may have some quick discussion to help you prioritize one of those, which is more impacting. And I will tell you, this I did with one of the teenager. He was confused, like where to start, because that fellow came to me because their parent sent that person to me. Okay. Then I said, okay, forget about what your parents want. Tell me what you want. Okay, I don't know. Then I helped that person to identify what are your key attributes or elements or things which is impacting you in your life. So said academics, my parent relation, my friends, my sports, my hobbies. So then I started helping him, saying that, okay, in a scale of 0 to 10, for each of these areas, you tell me how satisfied you are in this different attributes that you have told. So he started putting a number. And then whichever has a less score, he started focusing on that.
Okay.
So we, as a coach, we help you try to prioritize when you are slightly confused.
Okay. Good. Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay. If there are no, yeah, go ahead.
On a lighter note, I just wanted to ask whether all coaches have a good work-life balance or not.
All coaches have a good work-life balance.
Do they have that? Yeah.
Yeah. So that is so true because I believe in that walk the talk. Okay. Or follow before preaching others. So these are the which are very like more or less same thing. And we need to do that first before we start coaching, preaching others. Yes, no one is perfect. Even I have also problem in my life. When I say I'm coaching a person for like relation with parents or whatsoever, is my relation with my parents the best? Not necessarily. Okay. Just that like, but this all of this coaching conversation has actually helped me get more awareness about myself, what is the right thing to do, because now the kind of questions that I am able to ask to my clients as a coach, I also start asking myself. And that also creates some awareness and also helps me define actions for myself and also improve. So I'm not perfect, but this coaching profession has helped me improve in all of those areas. So I'll not say it is 100% yes, but at least this is enabling us.
Can I
Okay.
add to that, Raj?
Good. Yeah, please.
Yeah, please go ahead, Kriti. Yeah.
So, Anand, very interesting question, and I'm wondering if every sports coach out there was a gold medalist in their field, or
Yeah.
whether every cardiologist out there had the perfect heart health.
Yeah.
Question is so valid, so valid. We don't want to be, going to just preachers who themselves cannot practice, like Raj has rightly said. Yeah, but sometimes the underlying beliefs and values which Raj spoke about in the presentation can be so different but leading to the same behavior. Yeah. And what's causing a work-life balance issue for me versus what causes that for you could be so different. And
Correct.
you could probably unlock it in a minute, but I might need to do a lot more work around it. So just wanted to add that, but thanks for that question. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So we have 6 more minutes. Let me go to the next steps. Okay, I'm sharing my screen once again. So you can see my slide.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the next step is, the first thing is you need to sign in mentally. So I think you have got enough what, why you should get in, how things will happen. So after knowing that, you should sign in mentally that, okay, you want to get into the next step of getting into a pro bono coaching conversation. What does pro bono coaching conversation mean? It is a free coaching conversation. And that would be a one-on-one call for 120 minutes. Now, you need to schedule. You can schedule with me or any of the coaches out here. Okay, based on their availability, schedule with them, and then you get into the coaching session, some 90 to 120 minutes roughly. It can also be 60 minutes, depending on the coach and their style. But if you are coming to me, I will schedule for 120 minutes, but it may end between 90 minutes to 100 minutes. I don't want to rush any conversation. And once that is done, after 3 to 4 weeks, we will just have a follow-up call, 15 to 20 minutes, to see that how you have progressed and what impact this coaching session has brought into you. And then finally, some feedback for this whole coaching initiative. And I'm really thankful to my fellow coaches, and especially Kirti also being here. On behalf of Gardner Hub, I want to thank the complete professional coaches COP member who have volunteered to support this initiative and help you people go that extra mile in your own development.